Hi there folks, welcome back to Rich Reviews. So in the latest of the films that didn't get wide release in theaters, didn't make much money or found their way on the internet, I just recently saw an advanced screening of The Beach Bum. And this is directed by the same guy who wrote and directed Spring Breakers. Now that film was off the wall nutty. Coming from him, you would think to yourself, okay, he made another off the wall nutty film that would eventually succeed as well, because Spring Breakers, you're thinking, when I was watching that film, it was just sort of like, wow, how is this all coming together? How is all this working in spite of itself? The Beach Bum is, I think, one of the worst films I think I've ever seen. Now, Matthew McConaughey, who's probably in one of his worst films since the mid-2000s, plays Moondog. And Moondog is either a poet or a writer or some variation thereof. At least in one scene, he's watching a video of him reciting his poetry, and it's not remotely funny. Basically, this takes place over a couple of days. I don't really know. It's awful. Apparently, he's married to Isla Fisher, or separated from Isla Fisher, and normally I like Isla Fisher. I just sat there flabbergasted as to why she's in here. And apparently they have a daughter played by the girl who was in Chance. She's getting married, and even though apparently he comments that, oh yeah, she's too young to get married because she's 16 years old. Well, so what? Now, but here's the thing, Moondog is constantly stoned. That's pretty much all he is. He smokes weed, gets laid a lot. That's really all to his character. Essentially, this would be worse than if you grew up to be just like him. Folks, it takes a lot to annoy me. It takes a lot for me to think to myself, okay, I'm going to leave the theater because this film is so horrendously bad. But this literally took an act of will to get me to stay in the theater for 90 minutes. I think this film is like 90 to 95 minutes long. And this is basically at best an SNL skit. It really is. And basically then Isla Fisher dies. His daughter says, okay, you're going to go to rehab for smoking so much weed. And I guess he basically stays there maybe most of the day. I don't really know how long he stays there. Eventually he meets Zac Efron, with some of the weirdest sideburns you've ever seen, playing the son of a preacher who's in there for I don't know what. And then he breaks out with him, and they have a 5-minute adventure with him, and then he's gone. He meets up with, probably the only really funny thing in the film is that he meets up with Martin Lawrence, who they go on a boat with tourists, and he mistakes sharks for dolphins. Isn't that hilarious, folks? I saw her groan while I was flat laughing at it. And then also he meets up with Jonah Hill, who I don't know what Jonah Hill is doing at this film at all. And then, oh yeah, Snoop Dogg's in this film. I literally just sort of wondering, okay, why in the world Snoop Dogg is in this film? Clearly Snoop Dogg probably has higher standards than watching this movie right here. And then seriously, I thought the last 20 minutes of this was just a fevered high dream. I literally found myself thinking, no, this is not remotely possible. So apparently he finishes writing his book. Apparently that's the only way he can get his wife's money after she dies. And apparently he gets an award, and then he recites the poetry afterwards. Oh my God. I just sort of sat there thinking, oh God, make it stop, make it stop. Even the dude be hard pressed to say, yeah, he's a brilliant guy because he drinks and he gets laid and he gets high all the time. Here's the thing, folks, I don't believe in walking out of films. Usually I voice my displeasure by going to the bathroom a whole bunch of times. Really, if you find any of this funny, congrats. Maybe I have a higher set of standards than most other people, but I mean, McConaughey did this thing in his sleep in the early 2000s. Essentially, he's Wooderson here. Wooderson all grown up and basically haven't done anything in his life. Apparently, there was a live stream Q&A afterwards with the director. I didn't stay for that, because if I actually stayed for that, I would have said to the director, your film sucks, what the hell were you thinking? So in the end, folks, it's not worthy of me saying this, but I just have to say it. This film is horseshit. It is. Apparently, this is coming from Neon Studios. That apparently, again, this gave you that Anne Hathaway film a few years back, and also I, Tonya. So I don't know what the heck they were thinking. So, folks, the beach film, have you seen this? What did you think? Please put everything in the comment box below, folks. As always, folks, like, comment, subscribe, earn yourself of knowledge. I'll see you next time, folks. Yes, hooray.